Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you're doing good. I am doing great as always. So today I'm kind of gonna cover a little technique I use every once in a while in my photography that I've had people ask me about. It's mixing these kind of big strobes. This is the Broncolor Siros L with LED lights, which this is, what is this? The RB9 weeylite LED light. I don't know, it's one of these Chinese lights I got off of Amazon. Quite small, compact. It's a lot of fun to use actually. So today I want to show you how I can mix LED lights and strobes and get some pretty cool photos. It's something I've done in the past with my Red Bull photography. You can see one of the shots here. This was really quite popular for Red Bull last year. Today, I'm in a really cool studio here in Roppongi called Yubi Studio Yubi with B-boy Isaki. He's a really cool b-boy. He kicked ass at this year's BC1 here in Japan. So we're gonna do some stuff with him today. So should be a lot of fun. Can't wait to get started. First, what you need for this is basically an LED light like I have here. This is a really cheap one I got off of Amazon, like I said. You also need a strobe. We also need a tripod. Anyone will do. And obviously a camera. So today I'm gonna be shooting with although I've been using Fuji in my videos a bunch, going back to my bread and butter, the Nikon Z9. So I'll be using this camera here today to try to get some cool images with the LEDs and the strobes. So one reason I do these kind of shots is to kind of get a little bit of movement in the images. So what happens is, basically to break it down, is the LED will be a constant light. So whenever somebody moves and that, with the shutters open, that'll get the kind of like the dragging light motion. And the strobe at the end will freeze the action and you'll get a pretty cool image. Okay, so we're gonna jump into it now, so let's see what we can do. Cheers, hope you enjoy it. If you like the video, subscribe, comment, and all that stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up anytime. Let's go. Okay, so this is my basic setup at first. I have my camera on my tripod. You can see I have Saki here in the middle, just to start off with. We're gonna do a simple cow portrait, or face portrait, with him moving. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get him moving a little bit left or a little bit right once I've taken the shot, and we should have a nice little drag of light from the other piece of equipment I have here, which is, like I just said, this LED light. We're gonna have it set up right here off of his right, I guess, off of his right. Yay. And then I'm gonna finally freeze everything with this strobe. Now, getting the settings down and everything like this does take a little bit of trial and error, so I'll give it a couple shots and see how we go. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. It's pretty easy to try and do, but what you want to do is have a bulb setting for maybe a second or two, depends on where you are and the power of your strobes and that kind of stuff. But I'm going to start off with like 2 seconds and see. It's probably way too much, but we'll see what happens. And I should mention also, we're very lucky today in that I'm in a studio that has all the windows sealed. This UB Studio, I think it's called, has all the windows sealed. So what we can do is just completely shut off all the lights, because anything that is coming in that is extra lights, maybe you try it with like some lights off in the background and stuff, that will affect the light hitting your subject, and you'll get those extra light streaks in there as well. So what's really good is to have a spot somewhere you're doing this where you can shut off all the lights and you don't have anything you have to worry about. So here I am just making my focus with this modeling lights, because even my Z9 has trouble with not enough lights. Change my camera to manual, turn off the modeling lights, and there we go. So 1, 2, 3. Sweet. Yeah, so with our setup here, we got some really cool shots of him, of Isaki moving around and stuff like that. I had the idea to switch him around, and you can see the longer we leave him in the LED light, the stronger his, what is it in Japanese, zanzo, right? Zanzo, yeah, his like remaining light self is kind of there, and you can see his face even better. So, depending on what kind of picture you want to take, you can play with this and see the results you get, but we're having a lot of fun here. So, once I got it set up and basically everything was working, we just started to have some fun and have some ideas. And what's great about this setup is nothing moves. I just leave my camera on the tripod, the lights basically stay the same. So as needed, I can do little micro adjustments on the power levels, on the distances, and stuff like that. So, you know, I was moving my camera back a little bit and changing some of the lights there, but it worked out great. Now, one thing I really want to try today, since I have such an amazing b-boy here, b-boy Isaki, look him up online. He's got a really good Instagram on that. I got a b-boy here, so I want to do some b-boy stuff. So now we're going to try to play with some action here. So I'm going to have it, right now we had about a 1.6 second to 2 seconds opening on the camera. I'm going to open it a little bit longer. We're going to add some movement and see if we can freeze him in a cool spot at the end. I honestly have no idea what's going to happen at the moment, but we still have a good 12 to, yeah, we only have almost an hour left. So we only have like 45 minutes left or so in the studio, so let's see if we can get at least one image out before we get done here. So let's see what happens. So you can see there, hopefully you can see there, we finally got a cool image. We got a nice little pose at the start, he moves through it, and then he poses at the end. Took a little bit of work with our timing here and there. Also, one thing that kind of sucks with the LEDs that I use is they don't have any barn doors on them. So the light just goes everywhere into the studio. And I was kind of not liking how it was going on the back wall and kind of killing everything, because it'll make it hard to see that Zanzo, that trail light that's coming off of his body. So we're in a studio, so what I did was I just made some barn doors with these styrofoam things on here. One of the great things about photography is it's 1% talent, 99% problem solving. So just working through it, it took us about 45 minutes or so, but in the end, we still got a few minutes. And I got an image that I like, and hopefully it works out once I Photoshop it. So we'll see what happens. But thank you, Isaki. Good times, lots of fun. So if you want to do this with some movement, I kind of think stronger LEDs and maybe even a bigger space where the lights aren't affecting the surrounding would be even better. Barn doors on your LEDs would be super helpful. Hopefully I can get a hold of some of those soon. But in the end, we got some stuff I really liked. With stuff that I have here, the portraits, I think really turned out well because it's much more confined space, smaller shot, so it really worked out well for this kind of thing. So, experiment with the spot you got, and hopefully you can get some cool stuff. So again, just to reiterate, what do I need? An LED, a tripod, and a strobe. Put it on a rear curtain flash, so you can get the flash going off at the end of your shot. And then just get some movement going through there, play with the distance of the lights, play with the strength of the strobe, and play with your subject and have some fun. So hopefully this is a helpful video. I really enjoyed myself today. I think he did too, so we had a good time. And yeah, again, if you can subscribe, it'd be awesome. And if you have any questions or comments about this video, hit me up below. I've been hearing from you guys a lot and really liking it. So cheers. You.